Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised, and, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
An ancient darkness is breaking through into our reality. The overlords are coming. They're demons united. They'll stop at nothing to tear our world to shreds. And the only thing that can stop them is the power of metal. You have been chosen by the gods of metal to lead this crusade of finger-shredding fury. You must write the sick riffs, craft the awesome lyrics, find unholy rhythms, and set the heads banging. Show the overlords that their darkness is nothing compared to yours. Gods of Metal is a co-op deck-building game for 1 to 4 players. You and your bandmates must work to create the most powerful band in human history. Find mystical instruments of legend, outlandish costumes to improve your powers, and recruit mascots to help you battle the overlords. Find the power of pure decibels and use them to destroy your enemies by crafting songs that will literally blow their minds. Form a band. Save the world. Gods of Metal. Now on Kickstarter.
The future. The final frontier. It has never been so uncertain as now. AI, VR, haptic wear, nanotechnology, mass destruction with a remote click. Now we are finally seeing the true potential and dangers of an ever-connected and overly policed hyper-technological world. Have we finally become the architect of our own demise? Is there still hope? Welcome to the future. Welcome to Punk Droid.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Hello, 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 hello. It is Tuesday. Oh, time for some coffee. Top of the mid-morning to you, friends. I love it, Hugo. Thank you. Here we are. It's I, your hostess with the hottest coffee around, Laurie Calcaterra, writer, creator of Path of the Pale Rider. Quick update on what's going on in Camp POTPR. Everything is coming in. We already got most of the merch. I have like stickers that are coming in. My t-shirts and hoodies are coming in, I think, on Thursday. I finished 3D printing all of the really cool keychains. These are wooden 3D printed discs with some black hardware. These turned out really cool. And if you haven't seen the temporary tattoos, these look, I can't wait. I need to put one on, I think probably forearm, I don't know, for Free Comic Book Days the next time I'll be out and about. And then, of course, we got these really cool stretch goal. Nope, not going to do it. There we go. They're little Big James, but not, they're pins. They're pins. They're not buttons. They're pins. So I wear one on my pin hat, and they'll be going out to everybody. I've been 3D printing all sorts of stuff. This is what the crazy Big James looks like when he first comes out of the printer. And he's got all like the supports on him. Focus. There we go. I mean, like, he's super crazy looking with all this stuff on him. And of course it doesn't want to show you. But yeah, like there you can see all this bruise. It's pretty cool. So people are getting these. I'm printing this. There's 4 total. So this is the first one. The second one is printing all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, so the books are being printed as far as I know. There's no snafus. I should be getting them by the end of this month, and we'll be shipping everything out. It's the fastest turnaround for Path of the Pale Rider that we've ever had, which is great. And then I'll have to start figuring out issue 5. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. I should probably be doing that already. Just in case you are not signed up, I don't know what it is. My followers are awesome. I love my fandom, but people do not sign up for pre-launch. There's 21 people currently signed up for pre-launch. So I guess it doesn't matter if you're tuned into the social media, because I always tell you when, oh, hi. How much do I charge for a single issue comics? So if you're getting it from the Kickstarter, you're getting usually the single issue and a PDF together is $15. If you just get the comic, it's $10 plus shipping. That's typically, hey, you're done. Time to do it all over again. And it's like the dread of it's that like merry-go-round of anxiety, I would say. It's just you can't get off. You think you're done and then you start over. It's like, oh, here we go again. But I'm super excited actually for issue number 5 because again, like in the story out of the 12, the first 4 is like act 1 of a movie where you introduce the world, you meet the main characters, you understand how they function, right? And then 5, 6, 7, 8 is when Jude figures out his path and then everything goes wrong, right? And then the last 4 is when we resolve everything and then it leads into the next arc. So, hey, Carrie, good morning. So anyway, I'm really excited for 5 because so much crazy stuff happens in 5. We catch up in time. You get to see Dwayne Fink again and find out what he knows. You're going to see 2 familiar faces. That's not always pleasant for Jude St. Clair because people show back up in his life and blame him for things, which is kind of how it goes. And then, of course, at the end, we burn everything down and we lead into the next one. So 5 is massive when it comes to the story. I'm super excited. So I hope you all, you're Carrie, don't worry. The books are almost done. End of this month, everything should be sent out. So you will definitely get a chance to read the story and get caught up before we do number 5. And again, the way that we run our campaigns is we just run until we run out of money. So then we Kickstarter and then we use those funds to finish the issue, print the issue, ship the issue, and then we move on to the next one. So yeah, I promise you will be all caught up. You'll have all the bonus material and all the fun stuff, before we go into 5. All good stuff. So I'm planning like secret rewards. Yes, we will have more playing cards. Again, we have 2 that are going out. We have the 9 of Hearts and the Joker, the Dwayne Fink drunk Joker that's going out. They're super cool. They're over there. I'll grab them. I'll show them to you the next time. But so we have that going on. Maybe someone could pick up back issues. Of course. I always have that ketchup tier. So ketchup is usually the floppies. I'm going to have a mustard tier this time as well, Hugo, where you can get, instead of the floppies, you can get the trade paperback as your ketchup 1 through 4, and then get the floppy of number 5. So we'll add some new things, but we're still going to have like secret rewards. The Funko Pops are coming back. I think the one that everybody can get is the Callie St. Clair, so Jude St. Clair's mom. And then the Singularity, the one and only this time, the new one is going to be Francis St. Clair, which is of course Jude St. Clair's dad. So if you have read number 4, you know what happens with Jude's family. Yeah, I'm excited for this Funko Pop. Anyway, enough about me. Let me bring in our guest today. I'm super excited. Jens was in the chat. Good morning, Jens.
Hello. Ella, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, you're across the pond. I have had a ton of guests that come on from overseas, and I'm having a blast. I love it. But that's how kind of you got onto the show, is you were in the chat and you were following along. You said, when can I come on? I was like, let me send you the calendar. And here we are. So super exciting.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Any comic creator, indie creators are welcome.
Yeah.
I'm so interested to like pick your brain, hear all about you and like talk about writing, talk about your story, and then see what's popping, what's coming next. So, but let's start at the beginning. We always start with the origin story. So Jens, why don't you tell us your origin story? What got you into comics and what's your influence?
Well, with all respect for your show, there's something I need to address first.
Oh, go ahead.
I believe Pops, are you in the chat? And Pop, are you okay?
Pops has been going through some medical issues. He told me that he was not going to be part of the show today because he's feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
Poor Pops I don't think he minds me telling because he's told the internet a few times. He has a hiatal hernia and he is scheduled for surgery. But in the meantime, before they can get him back in, he's on a liquid diet. And it's so hard to be on a liquid diet. And he's been on it for almost a month. And if he eats, if you're tempted and you eat some solid food, it gives him a lot of pain. So I feel like he probably had something to eat, because there's only so long you could be on a liquid diet and not be insane. But he said he was feeling under the weather, so he would not be here. He might join us in the chat at some point, but he said pretty much, unfortunately, he's not feeling well today. So he's gonna be okay. Yeah. He just needs to rest, and
we wish him the best.
Yes, thank you. I will pass that along as well.
Okay, on with the show. Here we go.
On with the show.
On with the show. Can you guess where I'm from?
Carlsberg. That is, what does it say underneath? Is it Germanic beer or alcohol-free? Ooh, organic. That was organic Pilsner, Danish. So you are Danish.
I'm Danish. I'm living in Sweden. Yes.
Very
and
nice.
I'm living on the countryside. You can actually get a nice picture.
What's the weather like today out there? Ooh, it looks
Just like
nice.
that.
Is it cold, warm?
Yeah, medium.
Describe medium.
Well, you need jeans and you need a hoodie.
Yeah, okay. That's how it was for us this morning too. It was like when we're in Fahrenheit, so it was like 55, 50, So for us, I live in Texas, so for us that's a little chilly. Need a hoodie for that, but it'll warm up to 80. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I'm from you're overseas or something like that, and the influences I get from American in the industry of entertainment, including in comics, is very different from what we grow up with and what we do over here.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to push a little our way of telling stories out to the world and trying to get some attention and say, for American audience, hey, you might be comfortable in what you read and what you do, and please stay there. But if you are curious, there are more out here that you don't know about.
I'm always curious. But
Yeah.
you're saying that American style and Danish style is slightly different, but how so?
Well, I believe it's all come from culture, of course, and without being stereotypic and with all respect, the American way are very black and white, are very right or wrong, winner losers, all that. Where special Danish style of culture and storytelling is, it depends. It's like, are you a winner? Yeah, it depends. In what era?
In which aspect? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how everything goes. And the hero and the villain, it's a blur, and that comes all the way back to the Vikings. And well, you know him, Loki.
Mr. God, of course.
Yeah, but you know him more like, now he's good, now he's bad, now he's good, now he's bad. Mostly is he bad, but in our way of thinking of our Loki and Thor, well, Thor and Loki are kind of the drunk uncle you don't want at the Christmas party, unless shit hits the fan. Then you call them and they will show up and they will ramble everything and save the day, and then you don't want to have them around anymore.
I could see that. I mean, they both seem like they would be a bull in a china shop. Like, don't touch that. What are you doing? Don't tell that story. That's not appropriate. Get your feet off the table. Okay, great. You can just go.
And there, with my story, my comic.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here, wait. Let me
Bunneh.
blow you up there. Bunneh.
Bunneh, the Darkborn Rabbit.
Yeah.
That should tell you a lot.
Well, we're going to dig into your story. Jens was really gracious and sent me a PDF copy so I could read it prior to the show, and I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. But before we get into the story, tell us what drove you to write comics. What What inspired you to do that? Were you reading them as a child, or did you find comics as an adult? When did you get into
I
this
have
journey?
always reading comics, always, and I grew up with the Smurf, Tintin, and the Spyro, and in the Nordic culture, I grew up with Bamse. He's a teddy bear. He eats some special honey, and then he becomes super strong and can beat everybody.
Cool. Love bears.
Yeah, we love bears that beat up people.
We do. Yes.
Yeah, and the thing about being a child, watching child's cartoons and the comics, and actually understand high politicians stuff put in, because one specific issue, the gang of the good guys with Bamser, they were supporting a kindergarten, and then the mouse is the bad guy, came and will tear apart the kindergarten and build a factory. We get the setup, and they don't want that, and they're trying to, no, don't do that, and we need all the kids to be safe, and he's like, no, I need to make money, go away. Then they will find something dirty on this mouse, and the mouse was at some point going on a safari to kill a tiger because he's the badass.
Mm-hmm.
They changed his gun with a tranquilizer, and the mouse will shoot the tiger, and if you, I killed a tiger, I'm the badass. And they took pictures of it because it's illegal. And then they say, we will publish this picture of you killing a tiger. And then the tiger wake up and run away. It's not dead. You cannot see that on the picture.
Oh, they blackmailed him.
So the good guys are blackmailing for the greater good.
Right.
And every kid, and we got that at kids. We're like, okay, that's how we do it.
I see your point though, where it's like, you could morally question some of the things the good guys are doing, right? And then if you turn around and you look at the perspective from the bad guy, you might be sympathetic or empathetic to that as well. So interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's how. And the reason why I got into storytelling, well, I have always been a storyteller, role player or whatever.
Yeah.
But then internet came. And,
yes.
And I found Tapas for online reading. And I was like, because everybody could go there. Everybody could tell their story. Nobody will ever read it, but you could.
This is true. I mean, dude, we still have those like Global Comics and
yeah, they're still around.
Another one. There's two. There's something Comic Chat, help me out. There's another one.
Yeah,
but I think I'm on both with Path of the Pale Rider, and it's like nobody finds us, and that's cool.
No, it's especially not now. I have only been on this ride for 5-7 years.
Yes.
And the world have changed tremendous. There was no TikTok back then. There was nothing.
Right. I think the pandemic really changed how we read comics because
it changed everything.
Yeah. Well, Comic-Cons and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing is, everybody can now win. Meaning everybody is special, meaning nobody is.
Yeah, that's what I'm, it's not that I'm
drowning each other.
It's a hurdle that indie creators have to jump over. It's what do I want to call it? Saturation. The market is saturated. So you have to do stuff to separate yourself from the herd because there's just so many things and there's so many places that you can spend $1. It's overwhelming.
And the thing is, I saw that coming.
Did you?
I saw that coming. And everybody was changing trends and making, at that point, it was boil-off trending. I did a boil-off because that was fun. And I did with a twist. A disclaimer, I was not sick of boil-off. I was sick of trend chasing.
Yeah.
So I made the last boil-off comic.
The last?
Yep, the last. This is the last. And all there was two bubbles speaking to each other. This is the last boil of comic ever. And the other bubble would say, no, we haven't started even. Yeah, but this is it. And nothing else. The end.
That's it. That's all you get.
I
People.
got
That's
hits
hilarious.
on that. I got hits on that. People found it very funny.
It's hilarious.
So they demanded it to continue. So I continue with those bubbles just talking about this is the end. Nothing here to come for. And an artist came around. I'm not an artist. An artist came around. Well, I need to draw those boys for you.
Really?
Yeah. So I got a comic about not being boiled off.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I might, and my biggest fear ever as a creator is to be the person on the X Factor stage singing because my mother thinks it sounds good. So I'm always
everybody else is like, no.
Yeah. So, but I believe with that vision, I'm lost in translation here. I believe now and then I have a talent. I just need to work with it properly.
Yes.
So I do not end up on the stage and Simon busts me out.
No, I don't think that's your situation. Having looked at your work, you are very talented.
Well, yeah, talent is one thing, but working with the talent and understanding
Yes.
the talent, understanding what did I do with the last boil of comic? Why did the untrending start trending?
Yes.
What did I do? What
Yeah.
kind of psychological thingy was going on? So I started to educate myself. I started from the end. My biggest influences of any storytelling ever is Star Wars.
Nice.
So I dig into Star Wars beyond fandom. I dig why did Star Wars hit so hard when it came out in '77?
Yeah.
What's the difference? And there is a lot. What
Let's
George
talk about
Lucas did, it's unbelievable. He did not make a silly robot sci-fi fiction with 3 stupid humans chasing a bad guy. He did not do that. He built it psychologically correct. He took it from Greek history. He took all the elements that you expect to be in a story, and he did it right. It's sorry my language, it's a greatest mindfuck ever. And you watch it just like a silly pew 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 whatever's going on, but there's so many layers you don't know. And the more I dig into that rabbit hole, I was like, oh, that's why it works, because all the copycats, all whatever comes after just fail hard. Whatever Hollywood is doing now is failing hard, and people is like getting bored with it because they just copy trend. You do not understand what makes the trend. Like I was looking into, why did my untrend trended? What's going on with the human mind?
Yeah.
So I took that. Then I started to mold in the community of online reading. I make what I call Blue Life. I'm not an artist, so it's a stick figure, and it's very meta. I sent you the link.
You did in the private?
Yeah, in the private chat.
Which
there.
one?
The tapas episode, whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay, you can show that.
It's loading. Let's share that page. Reed Dragon.
Huh?
This guy.
No. That's for later. Sorry.
I was like, that's the topic.
No, the other one.
There's Bunneh comic, the tapas. Okay, episode. Read Blue Life. That one.
Yeah, Blue Life. There we go.
Got it. I was like, I don't think that's it.
Okay, can you show it?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, here we go. So Blue Life is a very, very simple comic. This is this blue guy living in the comic frame. He's living in that box and cannot get out. He's stuck in the comic. And now he have found his love and he wants to propose. Oh, nice.
He says,
But
kneel? He doesn't have
yeah.
knees.
No. The fuck? What to
He's
do?
Like, don't you need to kneel? Look at him. He's like doing the splits. She's like, forget it. He's like, oh, how devastating. Oh.
Here comes the help.
You know what? That's awesome. He's kneeling. She can't tell. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I started to do that. Breaking all the rules of everything by knowing the rules.
That's
and if you
how it has to go. I think you're
if you
right. You
compare
have to
this
learn the
story-
rules so then you can break the rules.
And
But if you don't
if you
understand the rules
study
in the
this
first
little
place,
story, you will see the build-up, everything. You have the expectation. You want a goal. The reader wants this to happen. But
yeah.
the only way we can do that is to get help from outside and do something silly, and then we'll do. And exactly that is Star Wars.
I see.
We want this. We want this to happen, but we need the silliness. We need to break the rules to make it happen.
Am I the only one wondering where her hair is? Yeah, I guess I wasn't reading about her hair. And Devil's Air has entered the chat.
Hello.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Glenn is here too. Hello, Glenn. I know Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn.
Glenn is a good
Glenn's
guy.
been here. He's been here since the beginning. Wait, if we do the Laurie. Hi, Glenn. Good morning.
Yeah. So that was a little about.
When were you
what's
doing
going on.
this? When
The
did you
Blue
start
Life?
doing that? Yeah, the blue. Because you
Yeah,
got a ton
well,
of these.
that's a long time ago.
It's like there's a whole bunch.
Yeah, that's a lot. But it's very. Oh yeah, that's a cute one too.
Tree. Give me all your money. We don't have any money. What? Give me your ink.
The ink is the Tapas money.
Oh,
When you support people on Tapas, we give them all to the aliens.
yeah. He's like, get out. Just get out of here. Is he going to question his life? Oh,
No, she is turning.
what? Oh, she was like, it'll be okay. How nice. Think about your life, sir. They look too young. They're blue people. What do you want, Carrie? The blue story is neat. Shows how to tell a story while being rendered low, if you get my drift. So in other words, it's about the storytelling and the emotion behind it, how to convey that using very simple methods. It's genius. Because if you can't do it here, you can't do it the other way either. You just have
Exactly.
prettier pictures, but you're not capturing your audience. This is
And
a good
And
learning.
I dare the AI generating people to do
Oh.
this. You
Let's-
cannot. You cannot.
I just shake my head. I don't understand.
Okay, we don't want to talk about that. What?
Yeah. All right, moving on. So when did you get the idea for Bunneh?
Well, another big influencer of storytelling is Quentin Tarantino.
Yes.
And I dig into why does he work? Why do people quote his story like crazy? And when you watch a Tarantino story, it's actually boring most of the time. Nothing's going on. They're just talking shit.
They talk a lot. Yeah.
But you watch it anyway. And you have when you think back, you one scene in the entire movie will do it, and you will think, "Oh, this is the best movie ever." And when you
Just
rewatch
one?
it, take Reservoir Dog.
Okay.
One scene that make the entire movie. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No.
Your
The scene
ear.
cuts off the ear,
It's
and
gross.
he whisper into it, "Hello."
That one's gross.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
very gross.
Because
But
usually his newer stuff has a few moments. Like Kill Bill has a few moments that are good in each movie. But yeah, he does have a lot of talking.
you see, you don't remember. You only remember all the punchlines,
Good point.
but you only remember those punchlines and those extreme scenes because of the build-up in the dialogue.
Okay. Go on.
Well, I have a teen daughter, and we have been watching some of them because I need to culture them, and she has the same feeling. It's like nothing's going on. They're just talking. But let's take Reservoir Dog. The way the dialogue is going around the table, it's telling you a lot about each character in your subbrain, what it's called. So you get a full picture in the dialogue of the character.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see the character in action, you have predicted subconscious what's going on, what you expect for each character to do, say, and react. And he delivered that. So you cheer for every character because you know every character, because every character has been fully described for you subconscious.
So fully fleshing out characters and then helps you empathize with that character and therefore relate to what's going on in the movie, understanding how things work.
Without Captain America running, you will do that, and you will do that, and you have that job, and you are so here, and everybody listen to this plan. There's no Captain America to explain anything in Tarantino's story. Only the true essence of the character and the dialogue and how they speak, exactly as you will do with a family reunion. You have expectation of Uncle Bob because you know Uncle Bob all your life. He will tell the same joke. He will
does tell the same joke.
He will complain about the same food. You know all this with
the you know my Uncle Bob?
Yeah, the entire scene of the family reunion is laid down, and you walk into that with all the expectation, and then you only seek when with the shit hit the fan for a movie.
Usually around dessert after they've had a few drinks. That's when it happens.
Yeah. So if you have a what can we call it, a normal, well-organized family that doesn't toss a shit at the fan regularly, but if you took that scenario and you put them into a Tarantino movie where everything's going crazy, you will know how each and everyone will react to the craziness.
Yeah. What is it? The Hateful Eight?
Mm-hmm.
That's another great one where it's like a character study where each one has their own kind of solo moment, and then you put them all together and then the chaos happens.
Yes.
I can totally see that. That's your family reunion right there.
Exactly.
Very well-organized family. Oh, where's fictional stories? Yes, fairy tales.
So
nobody's story, nobody's family. We get it. Nobody's family is well organized. But
back to the question.
Yeah.
So I started Tarantino, the storytelling of him, and how he works behind the scenes. He is always influenced, and he will grab the influences and he will go with it. So when his actor is improvising something, he was like, "Why did you do that? How can I use it?" And he would change scripts to make that work.
Mm-hmm.
where other director in Hollywood, especially, they are script police.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's one of them that's really notorious. He's like, I wrote it this way for a reason. You say the things that I put on the page and you don't say anything else. Who is
Yeah.
that? There's one that's really bad about that. But
Yeah, well,
Tarantino is great. He's just like, say what you say. That was great. We'll keep it.
no, it's not like that. He will direct it.
Okay.
One of the most
James Cameron is
famous.
the guy. He's like that.
Okay. Guess a movie. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, that's Kill Bill. The
That's
first
Kill
half.
Bill. Do you know the story why that came?
The song?
Hmm?
I don't know why they picked that song. They really liked that band and they wanted that song for that. Like, that was the long shot, right? When the camera went through the House of the Blue Leaves, I want to call it, where it just went all through the bar. It started with the band and then like it went towards the dancers and then down the hall into the bathroom. When Sophie
None
answered the
of
phone,
that was
right?
scripted. None of it was scripted.
Really?
On his way home from Japan, in the airport, there was a little airport shop playing that music.
That song. And he was like, this is what I
And
need
he
in my
was-
long shot.
He visualized this song with this band in this movie. I will change all this, and people will talk about it for ages.
And they still are.
And he went to the cashier. I want to purchase your CD, please.
Inspiration comes from everywhere. It's great.
So I took Josh Lucas, all his great mind fucking and doing subconscious things, into grab everything that comes to you. Do you like it? Can you put it in your story? And can you mold your story around it? And that's how I believe I made good storytelling.
Interesting. Okay.
So Bunneh was a username on a mobile game called Pocket Build. It's a sandbox game when you can put some houses and stuff. And there was a community, and I was screenshotting and making speech bubbles and doing a screenshot comic. And the community found it's funny and they like it. And the username Bunneh was like, I want to be in that comic. Okay. So I made a rabbit, and that rabbit jumps around, and then comes a goblin, and then I took a Monty Python. Yeah, the rabbit kills the goblin. Everybody thinks, yeah, the rabbit killed the goblin. And I built it from there. So I took the influences, all the influences, and then I took challenges. Because I was watching all the inspiring people on top as trying to make it, and I want to be a famous storyteller. So I was more like watching from the sideline. What mistakes are they all doing? Because people are repeating all mistakes, all the rookie mistakes. And one of the rookie mistakes is you don't world build. You just role play along. And then they come to this town, and then they come to this town, and then they meet this person, and then they meet. It's like there's no connection from top to bottom. It's just rolling over. It's like, okay, so how can I challenge myself to not just doing a fantasy story, and then they come to another land, and there was an was a polar bear, and then come to that land and that land. No. So that's why now you can show the map.
Yeah, okay. I was like, now I just want to tell people, you're going to get a preview. We're not going to show everything, of course. But there's a map. I know you all love maps. It's going slow, but we will get there. Why does it take so long? Here it goes. Okay. Look at the map. So
There's the map.
beautiful. And I love how your map has these two dialogue blocks, exposition, where it gives you information. So you're setting up the world before we even really get into the story. And you can kind of glean some information about the characters just based off of this. So I'm going to read it to everybody because I know there are people that are listening and not watching. It says, welcome to the kingdom of Yellow Rod. In the elven world of Kriya, there is an island isolated from the rest of the world by deadly cliffs and hard sea. Ruled by the human White King, the island shares the entire world's population of humans, rabbits, foxes, elves, goblins, and even a pack of the mighty wolves, which are larger than normal wolves. Yes. This beautiful,
Exactly.
beautiful map.
So, in the world of Korea, yeah, there is a world. There is a Lord of the Ring world size, but everything told about this world will be told from the perspective of this little island. That forces me to create good content only in one place.
Yeah.
Back to Reservoir Dog, an entire movie just surrounded about few people in a very little location.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's also you have all these different people, animals, you know what I mean, that are all in this kind of small area. It creates a crucible. It creates a powder keg that when things start to happen, you know, it's going to explode because they're all trapped on this little space. So it's going to affect everybody. Can you pronounce this town name that starts with an L and a J?
Lucian.
Thank you. I wasn't about to attempt that one. I also thought it was really funny that the guy's name is Mr. Hank. I was like, they have these like fanciful, you know, like Elvin and Mr. Hank. And I was like, that's great.
And she called him Bunneh. She calls him Mr. Hank.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's a reference to Karate Kid.
To Karate Kid, isn't Mr. Miyagi?
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. And
because
I love
Mr. Hank is the mentor, is the Obi-Wan Gandalf character.
Yes. Totally
and you have been reading the story, and he's not doing a good job.
Mr. Hank makes me laugh, by the way. The most important of these people are the rabbits. So you picked one race that carries magic. They carry the white magic, and they're the essence of life itself among us. They are pure, innocent, naive, and will always help the needs of others before themselves. But they are fragile and woundable. A heartbroken rabbit will turn its white magic into the devastating and destructive dark magic. A dark rabbit will never use its magic, but let it consume their will of life and seek solitude to die of sorrow. That's what the goblins are looking for, because a goblin shaman can harvest the rabbit's dark magic and use it. Like, And in the middle of this, we have Bunneh, and this is her story. First you need to know how she was born as a Darkborn. So she wasn't turned dark, she was born dark.
Exactly.
So that's, I think, great storytelling there. There we have a prologue. How far do you want me to show the people?
Well, you can show the entire prologue if you like.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Finding out what how Bunneh was created is actually super interesting and essential to the story, and I think that people will. Did you call me fool of a Calcaterra?
A what? A
Fool of a took. Throw yourself in next time. Thank you, Devil's Air. That made me chuckle. All right, so back 15 years ago, the old king locked down King City during the Goblin War. His fear of the goddess of destruction, the mighty Ursa, which is a bear. Of course, I love the bears. Drove him mad. Against his wise son's advice, he traded all the rabbits to the goblins. What a jerk. The king's fear of the one doom caused him another. See, choices have consequences. Wait, I'll play the thing. Hold on, I got a thing. Where'd it go? Consequences. They keep moving my stuff around. Here it is. Consequences. There we go. So the king's fear of one doom caused him another. His people starved while the goblins became too powerful. The balance of the world was broken. And I feel like this is the overwhelming theme of this story is balance. How to find it, and how any little thing can shift the good or bad in either direction. And striving to find the balance is key. So goblins need dark magic from those rabbits to keep Ursa asleep in their mind. Imagine if she wakes up, what will the doom? That will be the doom of our times. So this bear was running around just destroying things. Is that
Well, the law that would be explained in other issues, but the story is she is the goddess of destruction. She is a shadow creature. She belongs to the realm of the divines, but somehow has entered the living world. And and she sleeps in the goblin mine on this little island, and everybody's trying to keep it hush hush because you cannot tell people that the Godzilla-sized shadow bear of destruction is sleeping in the living.
Yeah, don't wake
it. Like don't. And the only way the king sees that, this bear is happy as long as it gets the dark magic. It will keep sleeping, be asleep. And the only way to get dark magic is to sacrifice all the rabbits and destroy the life's essence itself.
Here's Pops. Hello, Pops. We were talking about wishing you well today.
Yeah.
So, okay. So he trades all the bunnies to the goblins to keep this bear asleep and shifts the balance. Yeesh.
Well, what he's do is what we call in Danish. He will pee his pants to keep warm.
I love that. I'm keeping that. That's a bad choice. Immediate satisfaction over long-term consequence. You're gonna stink.
Yeah. And then comes the wolves.
Right. So now we have this other really powerful faction, the wolves, and they're giant. Look at these giant wolves. They're great. The moon dragon. Have we seen this character yet?
Nope.
I don't think we saw her. The moon dragon sent her mighty wolves to confront the king and restore the balance. Again, looking for that balance. But the king did not comply to their will, so they ended his regime, taking his life and crowning the prince as king. So peace out. Bye, Felicia. You messed up. You're done.
Yeah. Fuck you, humans. Do better.
Yeah. Way to go. You messed everything up. But here's this giant wolf. For White Prince, son of the fourth White King, you are now keeper of the balance. So he would not rule selfishly and would also rely on his brother, adoptive brother. I thought that was interesting too. I was like, okay, where's this brother from? He might be pretty important to the story. We haven't heard his origins yet, but I'm sure that it's key to the story. So his brother's out fighting, and look at this poor bunny. I was like, we have departed from kids comic. We are now into the mature side, because meanwhile, a single rabbit had escaped the war. She had bitten off her own foot to be rid of her chains. Dang. And even as she turned dark, she refused to give up hope, unlike her fellow rabbits. Meanwhile, I will keep fighting for her to be born. I have to, so she's preggers. I will fight the darkest within me. I will. She broke out of her darkness and crossed the borders of life and magic. The wolf Beta felt her cry out. And here's the brother. Amir didn't know any of this. He was fighting to free the rabbits against the old king's order. However, his soldiers were not as brave as he. Just a goblin immolating a few soldiers. Don't mind them.
Yeah, but Amir, he is the hero of the story.
Yeah, not the
he
prince.
Is the captain. He is the Captain American. He is the one pushing forward, and yes, he has a background story telling you why he does that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not from the island either.
Really?
He's one of the rare survivor of the Heart Seal and Deadly Cliffs.
The what?
The island is isolated,
right?
Because of the weather and cliffs. You cannot get in and out. He's one of the few that survived that.
Interesting. So he came from somewhere else, which we will have to learn about. So they fled the horrible power of the goblin shaman. Are you kidding me? He says, stand strong. Get the shaman, then they'll surrender. He boots a goblin in the face. Devil's there. Fireball. Just fireball. Just do the fireball. Just fireball. You're in a closed room, Devil's Era. You want a fireball in the okay. Total party kill. A hard choice was made by the new king and Alpha, the wolf's leader. Okay, so here's a mirror on the battlefield, and this, I think it's Beta that shows up, this giant wolf, but who's on whose side? So that's interesting, as the wolves are not always on the good side.
The wolves are always on the balance side.
They're the balance. Okay.
They are the divine's ground forces.
Even if her presence could awaken Ursa, Beta was sent to end the war. Courage returned from Amir's soldiers, who made way for the wolf to reach the shaman. Go get her. And then, of course, Beta confronted the shaman, a clash of pure moon magic versus deadly dark magic. Die, wolf, die! Chomp.
Yeah.
Goblin jerky. So ended the Goblin
the wolf
War.
got a new chewing toy.
What? The new chew
The wolf
toy?
got a chew toy.
It squeaks when you bite it. There you go. It's a squeaky toy. So ended the Goblin War. Once again, the rabbits could be free and the balance would be restored. But Beta still had a mission, a special rabbit that needed saving. She was too late to save the mother, but there was still time to save the child. This bunny, the only rabbit to be born with dark magic and the ability to use it. Now that's interesting. A rabbit who lives in constant conflict between good and evil. Never had a human ridden a wolf, but there was no time to waste. They had to get the Darkborn to the priests in the King City. That's an interesting name too, Darkborn. I like it. And without a shaman's controlling power over their will, the goblins started acting as individuals. I like, he's like, here, I found this bunny for you. He's like, here you go. But peace must never be taken for granted. Goblin, find lucky rabbit foot. Like, that's probably, that's not good.
Oh, yeah. And you need to explain.
That's Bunny's mom's foot, right? Because she chewed off her own foot to get out of her chains, and she was Dark Bunny. So he found the Dark Bunny, dark magic from Bunny's mom. I see. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
That's just good storytelling, man. Goblin, not Goblin anymore. Goblin is Glowberg. Is that their like shaman name?
Well, yeah. The Goblin lore is that only when you really, it's like Fight Club. You don't have any names.
Yeah.
Unless you die or unless you really are something. And he named himself Glowberg.
Gotcha. A new goblin shaman is born thanks to the high concentration of dark magic. The free will of the goblins won't last long. Me, Glowberg, most powerful shaman. And of course, and now we have Bunny. Amir made it back to the King City with Bunny. A priest. I call for a priest. And he gave her to the first priest that answered his call. Priest Hank. I was like, yes. This is Bunny. Okay. Promise me you will care and protect and care for her. And he says, what extraordinarily powerful magic she has. And yes, you can trust her with me, Sir Amir. He has a bunny on his shirt. Where's Jensen? What is this? This is not supernatural. Priest Hank would quickly discover that Bunny was no ordinary rabbit. His life would forever change on that day. And I feel like this is an ongoing thing that he says is, what is wrong with that rabbit? Just to call all the priests. Call all of them now. That's it. That's all I'm going to show you guys. So anyway, so that's the origins of Bunny, the Darkborn Rabbit. And I'm sure you can see kind of what's going to happen is this goblin is going to try and take back over, and the forces of good, evil, whatever are going to try and strive for the balance. And of course, Bunny is at the center of it, and her decisions are going to have major consequences. Awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Normally, you have to.
Was there what?
Yeah.
Christmas dinner. You eat bunnies at dinner or what? What?
No. I think this is a reference to the family reunion.
Oh, it's like, what's happening? Are we eating bunny?
Yeah.
That's fine.
The thing is, about Bunneh and the balance. Everything when I started to world build, I do paper rock scissors thingy. You can't have one without
What?
the other.
Oh, paper, rock, scissors. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
you can have one without the other, and one is not stronger than the other.
right.
So unless you are the fifth element, as Bunneh is, she is actually a marriage tool. She is overpowered,
Yeah.
but her battle is her inner battle to contain that power. She wants to be the chosen one. She wants to save the world, but she just can't.
It's interesting that the person that is prophesized to save the world is a dark magic user. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of I don't know, what do you call that? My brain stopped working. You know what I'm saying? It's a conflict. It's the opposite of what you would think. It's a contradiction. There we go. That's what my brain was thinking.
It's kind of the Dark Knight thingy. You need
Yeah.
this power to stop the even more power, and we're back to Loki again. You need the strong uncle, but you don't
I
want
was
to be
going to
an
say the Jedi as well. The Jedi have that power to use for good or bad. They can connect to the Force, but there's light and dark, and the dark side is always there. So it's their choice, and some of them choose to walk the balance and be right in the middle. So that's interesting too, because you like the Star Wars, so I see the connection.
Yeah, that's it. And then you have this trope that every origin of a superhero story mostly goes like, but I just want to be a normal kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
I took that into Bunneh. I'm not a normal kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to be normal. I want to be the savior, but I am the destroyer also.
It's a potential to swing the balance either way. That's what's
And
interesting to me.
warning, I'm not working for Disney. This can go all around the world.
I mean, we did see a group of people get lit on fire and a bunny chew her own foot off. So I'm assuming this is not going to be Disney content. I'm just saying.
No. And it might not end happily.
It might
Because
not end happy.
No,
Hooray! We need more realistic endings. I'm just saying, because happy endings I think are overrated. That's me personally. I like horror. I like twists and turns and all the feelings, and I drink the tears of my readers.
Define a happy ending.
People what? People being set on fire. Ain't that just a normal Tuesday? We don't do that here on the Tuesday Brew, although we will be lighting a pineapple on fire and then killing it. So, I mean, yeah, maybe it is just a Tuesday. So, this is published.
This is Bunneh.
This is Bunneh. How many issues do you have planned for Bunneh?
Well, the entire script, the entire story is written, and it will be approximately on 7 issues. But I have already cut one down. The entire prologue is actually an entire issue. There is an entire story telling the conflict between kings and the prince, and there is an entire story of why King City was so important and why they locked it down, why they had to sacrifice all the rabbits. There is an entire story there just cut down because of we are not professionals. We have day job, me and Nathan, the artist, and we have been working on this on 5 years. I have been working on this on 5 years. We have families, we have stuff. So sacrifices are needed. So this will probably end up on 4 issues, but the story will still be the same.
I hear you. But you can always do stuff with that additional material later. You can always do a prologue. You could always release it as like bonus material, PDF, because PDF, we don't have to print that, which of course is expensive. So there could be opportunities to do something with that later. So just because it's cut out of the prologue doesn't mean that we can't get that from you later. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to read that.
Yeah, well,
oh, you have a life, Jens. I don't. Can you find me one for sale? What are you spilling piping hot coffee on your lap is another scenario. Did you just do that? Why are you saying that, Hugo? Did you spill coffee on yourself? Ouch. Oh, so
yeah.
you.
But Bunneh's out there. Bunneh's on Amazon.
Oh yeah, let me show
And
people. Look.
Yeah.
Look, everybody. Ta-da! You can purchase this on Amazon. Amazing.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, good. I'm glad you didn't today. Sorry, Hugo. But yeah, you can purchase this. I love how it gives you kind of like the reading age. So 12 to 18 years. It's one book, 36 pages in English. Yeah. That's so great because when that's the hardest part, I think, as an indie creator, is like, where do you send people when your campaign is not active? Because you still want to sell books, right?
It's like indies only doing crowdfunding. They're never selling anything.
It's hard. It's hard. And we were kind of talking about all the different avenues that you have to do as a creator, and like social media, having a website I have a website with a store, so I will sell sometimes on there, but like going to Comic-Cons and seeing people in person. And then of course, crowdfunding. So here's the link, everybody.
Yay!
Here's the link to go to Amazon. Let me get it up there. There you go. So if you're interested in Bunneh, and I highly recommend that you get this, it's going places. Even just the first issue, you'll get sucked into the story here. But you can
and let me say this to all my fellow creators in the chat. We are very happy to support each other, and the selling point for you as a creator, please get your copy, read it careful, and call out my bullshit.
Call out your bullshit.
Yeah. I'm here sitting comparing myself to Josh Lucas and Quentin Tarantino in storytelling.
I can totally see it though after I, because I've read it.
So yeah, because you have read it. So, yeah. But I will very, very much like to have solid value feedback on, I see where you're going, Jens, but remember that, and let's evolve together.
Mm-hmm.
We need to learn from each other.
Did you set up a storefront for your Found My Comic? Because there was a Fund My Comic for Bunneh just recently.
Yeah, but I ended it early. Because I published. Yeah, it's published now. Yeah, and I was forced to publish to get my own copies because in 2 weeks I will go on cons and I need the copies there. So it's like, what do I do? So much stuff when you're new. And submit your things to Amazon and all the guidelines and printing and bleed and whatever.
Yeah,
I submitted. I got it back. I sat 7 hours straight and just doing stuff to. Wow, that's a hard job.
Yeah.
When you think you're done, you're not done.
He did. Jens said he set up the storefront because it ran on Fund My Comic. Yeah. You can still sell your books there too. Yep. Perfect.
What? I did not know. What? I need to look into that.
Yeah. I would say go monkey around with it, because if you set it up there, I thought you said you did set it up. But if you did not, then, you could probably still set it up. And then that, again, it's just another place, because people are weird and they get their comfort zones and they'll only go to specific platforms sometimes. So it's like you can have your website, you can have the Amazon, you can have the Fund My Comic.
People are locked.
Yeah, but at least that way they can choose which platform that they want to, purchase from. But if you have more than one option, a lot of times, gives them a better chance of following through.
Yeah.
And Lou, you're welcome. I feel you. That's why I was reading it, Jens, because I knew that Lou was walking her dog. People are
But the
weird.
thing is, it's much easier just to push it to Amazon because I don't have to ship anything.
Right. That makes it super easy because they do all the work. But it's like,
Yeah.
I try, like I
And
was telling Jens before, I was like, I tried setting up my seller profile and I jumped through 3,000 hoops and then they just booted me off. So I was like, I quit. So
and
if
it
you
actually
follow
keeps the
through.
price down. It costs more for the consumers when I have to ship it.
Well, because you're overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the shipping
that's it.
alone. But Amazon is set up for that. So
Yeah. So and
manage that.
yeah, and Pops also got the PDF. I treated him that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to see what he said. So anyway, you want to see how
This is true too. Hugo says it's not so much where people shop they're picky about, it's how, the pay goes through, it gets suspicious. And I get that too. It's like you don't want your information to be compromised. So what else do you have to show us? Do you still have your other book too that I want to talk about? Because Bunneh is not the only thing that you have written. But
oh yeah,
what did you want to share before we switch topics?
I just want to share. Let me see if I can find.
Devil's There, just be patient. They're still printing the books. They're supposed to be to me by the end of the month. Let's see. I want to make you big. Please look away. I'm really trying to be good. I'm the chosen one, but things are about to get ugly. And I love how, did you guys notice how her eyes are two different colors?
Yeah.
So again, she's the balance. She is 1 foot on either side. And she's telling this goat, she's telling a goat, don't look at me because I'm about to do things I'm probably not supposed to. That's awesome. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Let's talk about breaking other rules.
Yes.
I made a new kind of writing called Power Break.
Yes.
I challenged myself to get into the human mind, and because I have ADHD, I'm impatient, and I have dyslexia, and I always fall asleep when I'm trying to read Toking because there's so much content.
Well,
There's
he's
so
always
much
describing
describing.
like trees.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I get it. The same with Harry Potter, much describing. Yes, you want to describe your world, perfect. But for some people, I just want a good story.
Oh,
So
we're in number 7 right now. I'm reading the whole series to my kids. In number 7, we're in that part where they're like lost in the woods. They're not lost. They're hiding in the woods trying to figure out what to do. And that part of the story is just it's so hard to read. It just takes forever because nobody is happy. They're all fighting. They don't have a purpose and they're just lost in the woods. So I'm just like, oh, I need to hurry up and get through this part. So I feel you.
So I made a novel. It's only 72 pages, but the story is rich as a 300 pages story. You will have you don't look back through it and you will remember it as a full movie, but it's just a light novel. So I always do this challenge to describe this power break. You can enter any page and start wherever you want reading, and you will feel you are in the book. You don't need the background.
What?
You don't need anything. You are there. You're in the action. You're in the emotion, and you can start it from there. Yeah.
How?
So pick a page. Pick a page. Any page. Let's do it. Chat. The first page number is coming from chat. I will read.
Yeah, tell us. Okay, Devil's There says 72 pages is a great page. Oh, hiya, Grey Wolf. Nice to join us. Thank you. Anybody throw out a page number? We're gonna start reading from Jens' book. Pop says 44.
44. Let's go 44.
So you're in the story with no context.
You are entertained. Let me see. And again, please call out my bullshit. So here we go. Page 44.
Okay.
The rookie follows my instruction. The father cries in despair. No, don't leave us. Help us. We sit in the car. The rookie says nothing, and doesn't look up as he starts the car. I get it. His reality must be broken now. His hero fell him hard. Drive, I say. I call Maria. Did you make up your mind, John? I need you to cover my tracks. Why? Where are you? Fuck, John. Why are you at Biggs Street? I wasn't paying attention. You should be more careful. Just do it, Maria. You owe me big time. I'll pay you later. I look at the rookie. I have to explain what happened. Biggs is coming for you. I need you to be safe for the night. He changed his character, smiling with confidence. He's no longer the rookie I started the patrol with. You don't have to worry, John. You passed the test. What?
So we have some criminals in a car, and there's a rookie, and they were talking, put him through the ropes just to see how he would react, and he passed the test.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't even have to. All right, let's try this again. Page 52. Let's see if it'll. This is a good experiment. Let's try it.
Because one page tells you an entire story. With
So
your own
is it a collection of short stories?
No. It's just the way.
It's a big arc, and then each page. John's
It's
story.
2-part story. This is John's story. Okay, page 52.
See, now here, Hugo just made the connection. It's Quentin Tarantino. You're telling the story out of order.
Well, the story is actually in order, but you can shuffle around the chapters if you like.
Interesting. But why would anybody do that? Are they crazy? Why would you start the book in the middle? Don't do it.
Well,
That's
why
kind of
did
chaos that we
Star
don't
Wars? Why did Star Wars start with Episode 4?
Yeah, that's chaos. You can pick
Okay,
it up out of
page
order.
52.
I
52. Here we
want
go. Page 52. Here we go.
Okay,
Page
52.
52. She is always so direct. Okay, please report her missing for me. Sure thing, boss. And by the way, Sick was here. You mean Sick? Yes, that bounty hunter. He got that girl killed and collected the bounty. I feel a hint of joy. Some justice came after all. That's good news. Maria reminds me of her debt to her. You still owe me for covering your ass in that case. We are actually back on the street now. He was calling Maria to cover his ass.
Yeah.
And this is direct reference to that. She is reminding him, you still owe me for covering your ass in that case. Sure, I get you something soon. The truth is, I need to save my credit. I paid $15,000 to Sek, and I had to bribe Maruki with another $10,000 to give him on my plan. He corroborated and gave me the name of the big minion that killed her. And yes, he had beaten her with a bat all over the body until she died. What a fucking cruel world. I need to know how close the rookie is to Mr. Biggs. He must be higher ranked something. Anyway, the case is closed with the help of a bounty hunter, and the person who did it got caged. Even through, we all know he did it on Biggs's order. That made me think. Here I am, a corrupted sheriff trying to seek justice behind a firewall of corrupted political bullshit, and a bounty hunter can simply walk freely around and get what's needed.
This is such an interesting concept to me. I've never heard anybody doing this before, Jens. How do you plan that? You know what I mean? How do you write in this method where you can pick up the story anywhere? It doesn't, like, my brain is exploding. I just can't grasp it.
Back to the beginning, I was studied how Josh Lucas could incept anything in your brain, and you will go with it.
Hugo says, we started with episode 4 because we didn't have the technology to hate Jar Jar being spanked.
So this is a cyberpunk dystopian future story, and I did not describe anything.
No, we really, from what I
But
can
you
get,
have a picture of the person. You have the picture of you have it. I have given you my story to you, and nobody else would have the same vision and the same way of understanding the story as you did, as
interesting.
the next person. It belongs to the reader. The world building belongs to the reader.
So how do people get a copy of that book?
Amazon.
Also on Amazon. Okay.
Dreamlight City. And nobody has ever labeled a story Dreamlight City, and nobody has ever given the context to a cyberpunk Dreamlight City. That's my name. I don't get it. How could that happen? How can how can there not be a concept called Dreamlight City? But there is now.
I feel you. It seems like it's such a great name, especially for cyberpunk. Nice. They call it Dreamlight City. They call it a free city where everyone can be everything, but it's a broken dream, controlled by the few. Only the rich benefit from the endless stream of broken dreams. No one is safe. No one will ever be safe. Corruption is our only reality here. I know, because I'm a part of the upper game and I know the consequences if I don't comply to my role. Consequences.
Consequences.
Hey!
Had to get it in there.
And you
This
see,
is nice.
with that
You can
little
Kindle
text,
this. You can get it right now, people, and download it and read it on your Kindle, or you can order both in paperback and hardcover, which is great.
do you see with that little text you was reading, I actually described the entire Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yeah, I could see that too. It's
Yeah,
just a
Hunger
very
Games.
dystopian future
Mm.
description. Dude, that could be my story.
Well, there is a part 2. There's a part 2.
When's
It's still
that one
with the editor.
coming?
And this is John's story. And part 2 will be called Sally's story.
When do you anticipate that one being published?
When I have the funds.
When
When people have go buy number 1, you get number 2 soon.
Right here on Amazon, everybody.
Do it.
Share.
So no, and the thing is, part 1 is a very male approach. It's this handsome dude you have on the cover. He's Mr. Badass. He kicks everything in. He's corrupted sheriff. And part 2 is a way more female approach.
Interesting. More badass then is what you're saying.
Well, the female way of being badass is very different from the male way.
This is true.
And again, I have studied. I have talked to many females, and a badass alpha male will just approach you, and he was like, "What's the problem?" Where a female is more like, and then you know you're dead.
So she's a silent but deadly assassin.
Yeah. She would just the female would just have this aura of, "I don't like you. I really don't like you." But a male would approach, "Hey, you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have that concept in martial arts too, both male and female. Electric magnetic kind of difference approach, where it's like a male martial art move would be aggressive, would come into your space and, let's say, punch you in the face. A female destructive move would be to shift and then let the opponent break themselves on something.
Exactly. And then the choices between male and female, a male choice will be more, "I will fix that right now," where female choice will be way more emotional.
Are you sure? I disagree with that.
well, from outside view, the male will always try to hide the emotions. And when he goes back home, he will cry. Where the female, the stereotypic female, will show the emotions directly.
I think that depends. I think it depends.
Hey,
it depends.
Here we go. That's the cue.
Just because
Are you good? Are
from
you
my
evil? That
experience, I'm
depends.
just gonna say indie comics, there's a lot of drama going on at times. And you're gonna find that mostly with the men. Us ladies in indie comics, we're quiet. We're not in that drama. Most of us. So again, I don't know. Are we the emotional ones? Just saying. No, we'll kill you with poison.
But you prove another point. You didn't get into my face. You was doing like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Where I was actually in your face. Listen to me. I am right.
But I'm like, are you?
No. Now you're dead. So anyway, that's my attempt to try to balance the two sides of the story.
See, there we are again, the balance. I love it. So you're going to be at some Comic Cons coming up soon. You had mentioned that you had to print your books so that way you could have them ready for your con. Where are you planning on being in the next few Comic Cons appearances?
Well, Sweden and Denmark only. Sorry, you need to get here.
Yeah. But tell us, because there's people watching that are international. There's people all over the place. Yeah.
Well, the very first con I will come to is a very local con in Sweden, in my town, and it's very small. But that was where everything started. And Nathan, my artist, actually was here on that con last summer.
Really? Is he local to where you are?
No, he's local to you.
He's in Texas. Great.
Well, no.
Where is Nathan? I'm just kidding.
He's from over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is even more crazy because his style is very Nordic style.
Interesting.
It is.
You think? How did that happen?
Well, when he was visualizing a fantasy world, well, he went to the Nordic.
He went there, like physically. He went and he was drawing in.
Yeah, no. In his mind, it's like, I want to do something wild fantasy. What could that be? Well, you will always look to something exotic, something alien, something not from your own surroundings. Let me show you. What I'm talking about.
You send me a link?
Yeah, I will send you a link.
Okay. See, here we are. We're going to argue about who's more dramatic now. Ladies or men? Drama is draining. I'm with you, Lou. I don't want it. I just want to make my comic. I want to go smash pineapples and write riddles and write my book. That's what I want to do. And bake bread. That's what I'm doing the next couple days. I'm going to a marketplace on Thursday, Jens, and it's much more orientated towards like baked goods and crafty stuff. I always bring my book in case I meet the odd person that's into comics. But this one will be much more about like food. So I made whatchamacallit, Rice Krispie treats. I made Rice Krispie treats. I made chocolate peanut butter pretzel bars. And I made my red velvet cake cookies with dark chocolate chips. Yeah, and the POTPR hot sauce will be there. Even the new flavors. I sold about half of it when I was at Carpe Diem, so I'm expecting to sell the rest of it while I'm there. And then I will make a nice new batch of the Path of the Pale sauce for the backers because the books are coming, so I got to get that hot sauce ready to go. think there's about, what's this? Bread? No. The bad ending of grain. Beer is the good ending. You know, my husband used to brew beer in our basement when we were in Michigan, but A, we don't have a basement anymore in Texas. And B, I can't sell beer here in Texas, so I'm not getting all that gear. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, you want to come visit, Hugo? It's out in Prosper. I don't know how far away that is for you, but that's where I'm going to be. Did you send me the linky? Not yet.
No, coming up.
It's coming. I'll just fill time. So yeah, so that's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
you're
forward
doing
to. I
that
still got
great.
more stuff to print. Oh, I engineered a new
Here we go,
hot
Linky.
sauce sleeve. What is this giant thing? All right, let's go look. Yes. This is not in English. I don't.
What?
It's asking me to.
What? What's going on?
accept
No,
shipping.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Looks like you're from the USA. Yes, I am.
Sorry.
Is that not
What's
it?
going on? Oh my god, something's going on.
No.
Ah.
What? You sent me to a place that's called Photo Wall. Is that it?
Yeah, you should not go there.
Okay. Well, I'll close that. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Can I send you an image?
Send it to my messenger. Facebook Messenger.
Okay. No, I figured out. I did something good. Internet. Here, new linky. Linky.
Oh, did it go?
Linky.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Share this tab. Do. Yes, now I see. Okay.
This is Bamse, the strong bear eating honey and beating people and blackmailing.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And if you see that, you see the architecture and stuff. Well, that's Bunneh.
Yeah.
If you scroll down to the King City, the last page in the prologue.
Yeah, let's go there.
And if you zoom in on this tower in the middle.
Go this way.
And you look at Bamse.
Look at what?
The image of Bamse.
Yeah. That's so weird that you found an artist from the United States that draws in a Norwegian style.
And he didn't know.
And he didn't know.
He didn't know. This is his imagination of things.
That's crazy.
He's such a talent. I am so
It's
so
just like
blessed
it
to
was
have him.
meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even that, he came to visit me in Sweden.
So he was at the con you're going to. He was there last year?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And we was on stage and saying, yeah, we're doing this. And we have like 3 people. Yeah, wow, good. And now we return. Yeah, we did it.
So do you find that going to Comic-Cons is easier for you? Like you in person sell more? Or yeah, why?
Yeah,
Why is
more, way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Like my book came out as the first thing I ever published. People were hype. Friends and family brought it, and I bought directly on Amazon. I have reviews. I have TikTok people talking about it. I have a YouTube trailer and blah blah blah, everything. And then I go on a gaming con in Copenhagen, where there was an artist alley. This is not gaming directly, and I totally sold on that weekend 20 copies directly on one day. And I have totally sold online for 4 months 20 copies.
Jeez. So what's the difference, you think? What?
I I believe, I could be so wrong, I believe no one is purchasing anything online anymore because you are so overwhelmed with anything. Welcome to the internet.
Mhm.
You have this. Look when I look at myself, I don't. I don't. I just swipe. Wow, that's funny. What swipe? What? Okay. Then I go to the local store and buy a comic.
Mhm.
So I believe the internet will die. We are on the peak now. People will start banish. And my proof is Mr. Beast is doing that now.
Interesting.
Mr. Beast is going back to the roof, making long, good content. He dropped out of TikTok and blah blah and pushing whatever going on. It's too much now. And that's why the cons are getting hyped now. People want to meet people. People are still human.
That human connection. Well, I mean, there's something to be said for meeting the creator, and your passion is contagious. You know what I mean? So when we get to see the person, hear them talk about what excites them, why they wrote it, what's cool about it, it's hard to get that into a 30-second or 1 minute
It is.
commercial. I know, I'm in that same boat. I'm like, how do I get people to understand all the things that I do in 30 seconds to 1 minute? It's so hard. So seeing people in
Also,
person is great, but then you're limiting
even
your audience.
even on the con, I noticed because I was placed outside of Artist Alley. I was on the front. I got the VIP pass. Like you will see my Bunneh as the first thing because the con was supporting Bunneh. Like, hey, yeah, this is good. We need. So, but what I noticed that when the kids came, they were like, "What? Artist Alley is that way?" They will take out their wallet and they will run past me into Artist Alley, and then they will start. This is the place where I use money.
Mm.
And I was like, wow. So I need to be in the spot where people are. Now I want to use money. I will go shopping to a shopping mall. And when you go on internet and swiping around, you are not in purchase mode. People in the chat right now are not in purchase mode necessarily. They are in, I want to listen and hear this. And then you really need to get people into purchase mode. And
Is there a button to
convince
push?
them. Yeah, and convince them. That's why when I see the American TV shop thingy, and you have a thingy, and people are, oh, you need to buy this, and you have a fake audience with money waving around, that's to trigger you into purchase mode.
Interesting. Even though nobody pays with money anymore.
Yeah. It's like, and I witnessed that on my first con. People passing by the VIP front stand to go into the Artist Alley and purchase stuff.
Did you start tripping people? Like, how did you get people to stop?
Well, it's a very local con, so there was not so much to look at.
Gotcha. Those are really quick ones through. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. Location is important. I've been to cons and I've done great. I've been to cons and I've done not so great because I was either at the very end of Artist Alley. And so by the time they get back down to where I was, they weren't looking for spending money anymore. You know what I mean? They already got to the end. They turn around and go back. So it just, it's weird.
Is. And that's why you have the kiosk having flashing signs, because then you subconsciously know this is a kiosk with the flashing sign, and that if I need to purchase a Coca-Cola, I need to go to that flashing sign.
Neon lights, check, add to. con.
Yeah, well, people are we have what have we have done things with our community, the way of thinking, the way of purging, with the way of entering different modes, and it's very hard to do that online. Very hard.
I feel you.
I have seen people on a physical shopping mall using the shop's internet shop and purchase stuff they are looking at.
What? Why?
Because they want to compare. They want to see what's in stock. And they do that faster themselves than finding someone working.
Or they just don't want to be. It's like, it's weird. It's like sometimes you don't want to be sold to. Sometimes you don't have the bandwidth to deal with just anyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to. I feel that because a lot of times I'm like, I'll just go do it myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ask questions. I'll just go do this. And thank you, Carrie, by the way. That's funny. I don't think she's quite as bad as I am. I'm just saying. No, I don't think I can say Carrie. But we got the dark humor. But Hugo was saying, like, when it's a very local con, you could just start calling out people, you know, hey, come buy my book. I know where you live.
Yeah. So
no, like, hey.
The physical world is coming back. It's the new black.
That's weird, isn't it? It's things go in cycles. I was watching, someone was like, hear me out now. What if we had one phone for the entire family? We were like, and they were like, just it stays in the house. It doesn't go anywhere, but you can call one number and everybody, you know, you would basically be reaching everybody at the same household. And we were like, things are weird now because that was how it used to be. And now everybody has their own cell phone, right? So it's things go in a circle. They are cyclical. Interesting.
And also, that's also why I think people want people and people want quality.
People want quality.
They want quality. We want that. We are going into the forbidden era of talking about AI. People don't want AI.
No, it's weird. Nobody. Okay. When it comes to creativity and art, nobody wants AI. However, when I deal with the corporate world, people want AI to think for them. Reword this for me. Help me with my resume. And I'm just like, can't you think for yourself?
And that's the thing. You have the profit and you have the people. Are you thinking profit or you're thinking people?
I don't know, man.
There's no profit in people.
It's like, what were we talking about? Like, we want the AI to do the laundry and the dishes. We don't want it to do the art and the writing so that I can do the dishes. That's not what I signed up for. You know what I mean? Like, the other way around. You're supposed to free me up so I can be creative.
I would like to quote myself.
Do it.
Humans invented the machine to ease our burden.
Mm-hmm.
But art is not a burden.
Right.
It's our signature.
It's our birthright. Creativity is human alone.
It is. It is. It's our signature. I was here. The very first caveman was banging into the rocks. I was here.
That's what Glenn said. Yeah, I began when Ugg the caveman used his stick instead of his finger to draw in the mud. I didn't say so. Ugg the caveman still controlled the stick. It's not like the stick wrote his name for him. But I want AI and tech to do the tedious stuff, like a Roomba. Exactly. Mow the lawn, do the dishes,
Humans
do the laundry.
Invented the machine to ease our burden.
Yes. Don't do art. Don't do writing. Leave us alone.
Do the grammar, please. Do the grammar.
Do what?
The grammar.
Yeah. That's the hard part, though. It's like once you let it in, does it start making suggestions which you take? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a slippery slope. when we don't know. I don't think we know. And I was just talking with my sister over the weekend. I was just like, man, if you would have told us when we were kids that this is what we would be dealing with is actual AI, like I think I'm considered a millennial, but like the first year. I was born in 81. So when I was a child, there was no internet. There was no cell phones. There was no Google, right?
No.
And so to see all
No.
of this happen, but also being a fan of sci-fi, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
watching The Terminator, watching The Matrix,
Yeah.
watching, you know,
Yeah,
iRobot and all these things
we
where
grew up with that
technology
dream.
is scary. And I'm like, here we are actually creating AI and trying to put it in society. Like, I never thought that I would be going through this.
I would like to quote my child. When your fantasy become a reality, there is no more fantasy.
Hmm. Well, I don't want
And-
my fantasy to become reality. We'll just say that much.
No,
I
but
write the apocalypse, so let's not.
yeah, we like it. We like to read about it. It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
But if that become our reality,
We're in big trouble for a lot of it, aren't we?
Yeah. And the same with the robots and AI. That's a
Yeah.
fantasy. Now it's becoming a reality. It's like, but where? No.
Glenn, a lot of people can't do what you do, and that's why you're a diamond in the rough, man.
Yeah. All respect to
Can't do what
Glenn.
you do.
Oh yeah, Glenn. About he was having another text where he was claiming that Bunneh should be handwritten texts also.
Hand lettered. He's
Yeah.
a purist.
And well, Glenn,
Want to do it?
show me the money. Show me
Yeah,
the money.
I was like, if you want to volunteer your services, Glenn, I was like, I would love to have you do it, but I just can't afford you.
No.
I'm just saying. We love you, Glenn.
Yeah.
Don't take any of this seriously. We love you.
Glenn is great.
So Jens, we can see you at some Comic-Cons coming up. Is there anything else like you want to talk about or we can share about what's coming next for you before we wrap up the show?
I would very much like to share the first link I sent to you. And
is that the dragon one?
Yeah.
Dragon Sparking?
Dragon Sparking.
What's this one?
That's Nathan, my artist, own comic on Tapas.
Oh, okay.
That's where we meet.
This is awesome. Holy. How many episodes does he have? 11. Okay.
Well, this is the remake. He started it as pixel art.
Really?
And then he's developed skills. Then he jumped on the bunny train and he was getting pushed to do stuff he didn't know how to do, educating himself, get up to a level where I see we found each other on Tapas.
Yeah.
And he was not that skilled that time, but I could see, he could grow tremendous, and he did. And now he's back on his own comic and remaking it in his own style with all his skills he has learned himself. So, and this will be free. Chat. This is, look at that.
That's amazing. This is free. The Tapas is all free.
Oh, now no. Some you need to purchase this ink thingy.
Gotcha.
That the yellow stickman was
This
rubbing.
is nice. It gives you like a little taste test. It gives you a little preview of the issue that you can purchase. That makes sense. He's cute.
And
I like
the setting here is, if you scroll up again, there, yellow text.
Valhalland. Nephilim Taiga? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's Nordic
Valhalla
inspired.
is Norse. Yeah. Right? And then Nephilim is like a fallen angel. Taiga is land.
Oh, Glenn is purchasing my bunny now.
Yay!
Yay! But you want it signed.
Ah.
Ooh. Then I need to I need to order it from Amazon, sign it, and send it to you. We will fix that. No problem.
There you go. We'll work it out.
Yeah. And Glenn, I believe you're also in US, so I will send it to US.
No,
I
he's
have
in the
Nathan sign
UK.
it.
He's in
He
the
is in
UK.
UK.
Yeah.
Okay, that will cost. So first I will send it to US and have Nathan sign it and back to UK. Oh yeah. Anyway, I will sign the copy for you and I will send it to you. We talk later, Glenn. No problem.
Yeah,
We figure out.
Cool.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, that's all. I love hearing that on the show. You know what I mean? Like the support always makes me feel warm and fuzzy that people find each other and can support each other through this show. That makes me happy.
And now we can go back to the talk. What made Glenn go into purchase mode?
Were you waving money? Was it the neon signs? Like, what was it?
We might never know.
I just need like a giant $100 bill, a fake one, like print it and it's this big and just wave it in the air at people. I'm going to try it, see if it works.
No, I believe this is my belief is because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah.
What did I do? I'm just having a good old chat.
Exactly. The way you run your show, the way I feel comfortable. Yeah.
You took him to buy most because you're a great guy.
Yeah, but you allowed me to be a great guy.
Oh, why? Thank you. I love this character. He is so cute. I love his little green jumper. He looks so angry but little. He looks like a chihuahua. You know how they're like little and angry. Well, I guess is
Chihuahua dragon.
Yeah, no, I mean, he just looks like he's little to me, but he could be giant for all I know. It's just funny. Cadet Ranger, super cute.
The thing about his story is way more directly. There's not so many around the corner layers like Bunneh. So it's very directly, and you get what you need, and it's a very good action, and there has some comedy into it. So yeah, go check that too.
Absolutely, we will. So Jens, where can people follow you? Where can they sign up on your socials and then follow your journey so that they can be involved when like Bunneh 2 comes out and the next Light Dream City? Did I say it right? That one's coming out too.
Dreamlight City.
Dreamlight City. I said it the wrong way because that's coming too.
Yeah, that's coming too. Yeah. So on bunnehcomic.com.
Bunnehcomic.com.
You got all the links. You got all the information. Yep. Bunnehcomic.com.
There. No, it was in the private chat. I'll just drop it from there. Here we go. Copy. So can they follow your, like, do you have a blog or
there's a link to all my socials.
Gotcha.
It's just easier to point them to bunnehcomic.com and then they can click whatever they want to follow me on.
Gotcha. Here, let me share this tab. So this is what it will look like. So look, it has all the Amazon links. It has the up here in the black banner. It says Bunneh the Rabbit, the comic, the characters, the world, novels, fan art, and about us. So there's all the good stuff.
Oh yeah, about the fan art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go. This is the game. If you go there. Anyway, okay. Now we're looking at fan art. There's two different fan arts. There's other fan arts, and
they're both really good, but that top one is fabulous.
Yeah. License fan art.
I see. See, copyright.
No. So if you get a licensed fan art, you can do fan art and you can get fully the profit. I will take no money for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Cool.
And if you go on About Us,
yes,
you can read. You can see this is the screenshot comic from the very first Bunneh.
Oh, look. Yeah, I can see with the pixel art. Mr. Hank.
His first name was Mr. Wank.
Oh no. No.
Okay, if you go up in the top.
Oh, and here's Nathan.
Oh, this is Nathan.
See, that's what he looks like, everybody.
If you go on in the top. This section is from our contract, what we believe.
Not only is Bunneh's story centered around balance, but it's also the way the team works together. We are working closely and we respect our strengths and our differences. We are all passionate, but we also give space to real life. No stress, all joy. The motto we work for, artist has the final say in art and writer will respect the knowledge of visual experience from the artist's perspective. The writer has the final say in the comic story, plot, and dialogue. The artist will respect the writer's vision and try to portray that vision in visual art. You know, it's so funny that you have to put that down sometimes. That's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have a good working relationship, writer understands their strengths, artists understand their strengths. So I'm glad that you guys put it there for everybody to read. But that's, to me, like that's the golden rule right there. Why would I argue with the perspective that the artist is choosing unless it contradicts the plot? There's no point. You know what I mean? If it's telling the story, that artist has gone to school and spent time honing their craft to visually tell the story. Who am I to argue? I've never been to sequential art school.
But too many writers are doing that. Good morning. Too many writers are being too bossy and want stuff that's just not the way. And many dialect in my script has changed because of the art.
Mm-hmm.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. How can I use that?
How can I
mold
that?
it?
Yeah. It needs to be
and by the way, the picture of me is me sitting on my rooftop writing my stories.
Why are you on the roof, by the way?
Well,
is that your favorite place?
I know. Okay, here comes the Easter egg. I know a white dog with black ears sitting on a rooftop writing on a typewriter.
I'm drawing a blank.
Really?
White dog with black ears, Snoopy?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
He's always on top.
Snoopy's ears are down. Hugo got it too.
Yeah, he's always on the rooftop and on his doghouse.
That's right. Yep. I was like, he could also be the Red Baron or chasing the Red Baron on his house. He's the ace.
So that's the world of Jens Richard. Everything is connected.
That's super cool. And I really enjoyed the show today. Thank you for letting me just pull open your cranium and rifle through your brain a bit and, find out what makes you tick.
I just hope that I influenced somebody.
Oh, you
to buy my stuff.
Well, yeah, of course. And it's like, even if it's not now, then soon. But people are now more aware of you than they were before. So let me get that dollar out and shake it in the air so people can get in their shop mode and, go support them. I have the link to the Amazon for Bunneh in the show description. We have posted it throughout the chat. But again, what Jens would prefer is that you follow the website because it has all the links there and it has all the information. So go to the website, go look around, click some buttons, and then go shopping on Amazon, everybody. And that's all we got. So thank you again. And we'll have more indie creators next week. We're going to continue on this journey of finding out what's popping in small press and indie comics. So please be kind to each other, be excellent to each other, but also go kiss your babies. I will see you all next week. Love ya. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Glamorized and embraced by Hollywood, feared in the underworld, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was one of the most powerful men in America. He was also one of the most hated.
The man who gave birth to Las Vegas was gunned down in the luxurious home of his glamorous lover. Almost 80 years later, his murder remains unsolved. Who killed Bucksy?
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit